In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beatles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday and welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show. I am your co-host, Rusty Buckets. We are proudly presented to you by FanDuel, and this is my guy, Drew Gann, a.k.a. Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck, how are you on this beautiful Tuesday?
Hey, I'm good. It is chilly, but sunny, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah. How are you, brother?
I am good. One more time for those in the back. USA, 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 USA. Yes, sir. It doesn't get old, baby. USA. If you thought you were getting away with no American arrogance today, you thought wrong, because this is going to be a victory lap all week.
Yeah, I mean, we've never given it up. You know, we stay 100% American, 365 days a year, 366 days on leap year.
Daggone right.
2 years ago. So it was 366 days 2 years ago. Yeah. I know that because my son was almost born on leap day. He was born March the 1st.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. So I appreciate you being here. Appreciate Edward already in the comments. If y'all are here on X or YouTube, give us a like while you're here. Tell us you're here. Say what's up. Again, like I said this morning on the Daily Grind, if you just sit here and watch the show, that's called stalking. Like, we want you here. We want you interacting. Talk with us. Give us your opinions. Let us know where you think you're right, and we'll tell you exactly where you're wrong. We appreciate y'all.
It's kind of peeping Tomish, but, we'll take it. We'll take the views. But we'd much rather you just come knock on our front door and sit down and have a conversation with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Put the binoculars down, people.
That's it. I ain't taking no more clothes off. I did yesterday, got in a tank top, but I got a full tee today. So we ain't doing that again today.
We'll see what happens as the show goes on.
I mean, I could be talked back into the Busch Light tank top. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, buddy, allow me a minute to talk you out of that shirt.
Only because you want that tank top. That's exactly right.
No, because I want the Mississippi State shirt off the screen.
Oh, buddy, Mississippi State's we're in one of those weekend tournaments this weekend. I'm sure we'll talk about it later in the weekend, but we got some big games, including against the number one team in the country on Sunday. I know exactly what I'll be doing Sunday afternoon, and that'll be camped in front of my TV, UCLA.
Okay. I thought they were still number one. We've got Coastal next Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We play Coastal in Houston next
fun.
Sunday. Yeah.
That's a fun baseball team. They're going to be really, really good. They got better from last year. That'll be a really good game. And then, again, State plays UCLA, who has the number one player in the country, that shortstop, Rock Chalowski. Like, kid is an incredible player. and get to watch him on Sunday. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. But we got plenty more stuff to talk about before then. We got some college basketball big board like jumbles. It changed last night. We got Mel Kiper's NFL big board. And we had a Memphis Grizzlies basketball game last night, Drew, that we'll dive into first. As the Grizzlies were not out tanked last night.
We are the Two Bucks, and this is our show. We go live every single weekday at 11 a.m. to enjoy our lunch break with everybody else. Hope y'all doing the same. If you know some...
Uh-oh. Did we lose Uncle Buck? That's the question, because we are froze like mid-glare. What an incredible glare we're getting right here. I'm sure he was making an incredible point, but we're going to let him get himself sorted out. Not sure what happened there, but the Grizzlies did play last night in our Beale Street heat check. The Grizzlies lost last night, moving to 1-5 on this young, well, I guess aging season. The Grizzlies are now 1-5 after losing to the Sacramento Kings last night in ugly fashion. 123-114. The Grizzlies lost. And listen, man, like again, if you're watching this and watching these games, hoping the Grizzlies are going to find a way to win and miraculously turn it around and get like this great comeback on the back half of the season, you're going to have a long season. Like it's going to be a long time, a long season for y'all. But if you watch with an eye towards the future, last night was best case scenario. You lost to a team who's worse than you. You're helping improve your lottery odds. That is that Ole Miss Wi-Fi, Edward. You're exactly right. He's talking about my state shirt, and the good Lord booted him out. The Grizzlies lost last night in epic fashion. And Drew comes back. Welcome back, sir. We're talking about Ole Miss Wi-Fi and how I booted you out of the show.
Oh, listen, if it was Ole Miss Wi-Fi, it would be undefeated. And at least the third best Wi-Fi in the whole country. So no,
something like that.
That's not how it would work. No, I think it just kind of lost momentum there for a minute. It needed a breather. So
that's it. Just getting started, it needed a breather. But yeah, like I said, I was saying the Grizzlies lost last night. Best case scenario because we lost to a team worse than us. Helps improve our lottery odds. But Gigi has been really good over his last 5 games. What I was getting at, if you're looking at it from a wins-loss perspective, you're going to be very disappointed. And there's a lot of accounts on Twitter that still are, and I feel bad for those people. But if you go into the game watching individual performances, like we said yesterday, not looking for silver linings, looking for gold linings, USA, 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 you're going to be in a good situation. And last night, watching Gigi continue to hoop, 16 points, 6 boards, 1 assist for the hater, a block. Gigi played another good game last night, Drew.
Yeah. Listen, I warned everybody to do a quick history lesson after Gigi's rookie year, in which we were terrible, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, this is the greatest thing ever. We got him with the 45th pick. He's going to be an all-star." And I told everybody going into the next season, I was like, "Pump your brakes. Like this was a bad team in which he was able to do whatever he wanted to do." And then he struggled. And then he struggled coming into this season. And now we've hit another stretch where we have nothing to play for. We are literally tanking in a new way, in which that way is we're just going to neglect the center position altogether. Which is genius, but I see right through it. You know, this is purposeful.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to change my tune a little bit because what you're seeing out of Gigi is not what I saw during his rookie season, that when I told everybody to pump the brakes going into year 2, this is not a dude that's just dribbling around playing AAU basketball. He is, even despite the fact that we are actively trying to lose, we are not putting competitive guys out there, and he is going to get all the minutes that he wants as long as it's, not above 30. He is still playing within himself, within a scheme, doing what he does best. And it wasn't hard to see early on, like in his rookie year, what he did best is exactly what he just decided he's only going to do now. And it's extremely encouraging. And I'm not going to pump the brakes on Gigi going forward the rest of the year unless he reverts and back into that player that he was his rookie and sophomore year, because he's been extremely fun. to watch.
Yeah, and the talent has been there. Yes, I was one of the ones that got out over my skis with Gigi, but I never backed off that the talent was there and he was going to be a contributing role player on this team. And lo and behold, here we are. He's playing defense. He's blocking shots. He's rebounding at a very high clip, and he continues to be an impacting player. Evan agrees with you here in the comments that he's in a role like Jalen Williams, who comes in and gets you buckets, who can play some defense, kind of that effort, energy guy. And he's definitely looks different than his rookie year when he was just a shot chucker. He is closer to Jalen Williams now. He was more of an Anthony Simons his rookie year, where he just puts up a ton of shots. A lot of them happen to go in. And now he's actually playing within a team, within a system. And it's refreshing to see. And again, I've said this before about Gigi. I'll say it again. Kudos to him for his maturation, both as a player and a human, watching him go through his struggles, not get minutes, play with the hustle. For him to come around and play now, it's been a fun watch this year.
Yeah, it's been a really fun watch. Going into the season, I said Jalen Williams a lot, and I was using it as kind of that was what I wanted Jalen Wells to be. Mm-hmm. The big 6'7" guard who gets downhill. Jalen's never going to be that. That turned out to be a pipe dream. He's just not athletic enough. I never put that on Gigi, and would have never put that on Gigi, knowing what I knew then. But what I know now, I'm with Evan. I think that if you can model your game after him, where it's a downhill game, a 3-point game, and a point of attack defender, I mean, he is the only guy on our team that looks like he could be an all-star. And I'm just talking, you get off the bus, to use a college football term, you get off the bus, it's like, okay, that's a guy. Yeah. We don't have those guys.
We had this conversation.
We have Santi, maybe, but Santi's scrawny.
Yeah. We had this conversation at the watch party the other night. Like, Gigi just looks like an NBA player. Like, just looks like you look at that dude, and like, I don't mean this any type of way, immunity, but like, he looks good in a basketball jersey. Like, he looks like a guy that was supposed to be an NBA player, supposed to be a dude that goes out there and hoops, and now he actually fits that look. I think he had to get away from that squeaky clean, I'm missing games to go play the band on Easter Sunday, and get his chest and arm tattooed. Because the more tattoos he's gotten, the better he's been playing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a totally false equivalency there, but
it's there.
Anyway, you like I said, with NBA and stats, you can make it match. Okay, you can find something to make sense.
Listen, more tattoos Gigi's gotten, the better he's played. It correlates.
Yeah. And who was it in the comments a few weeks ago before the storm that was equating Ja? And we're talking about Ja, and it was. You should never have an NBA player with dreads. That's the false equivalency you're drawing here. It's like there was a war on dreads in the comments because John Morant's moody personality has increased as his dread length increased.
It's gotten longer. I mean, that's also fair. That's fair.
It is not the same. That's not true with him, and it's not true that Gigi's only gotten good as he's gotten tattoos. This is not a Samson situation.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But, hey, speaking of big guards, the 10-day contract, and I'm not trying to sit here, like, again, it's a bad season. So we're going to talk about some 10-day guys. But Rupert, as we call him where we're from, 6'7" guard who had 9 rebounds last night, 10 points. He was 1 rebound away from a double-double. He looked the part. He looked good. Like, I can see what people saw in him as a second-round pick. But he's a 10-day guy. I'm not going to add a lot of stock to it, Drew. But, hey, you talked about big guards. He's 6'7". Playing guard. I didn't hate what I saw from him last night.
Can he dunk the basketball?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Jalen can't do that. So
no, he's 6'7", so as well.
Yeah.
I saw him dunk the basketball. It is a thing.
I'm just not interested in deep diving on the 10 days and thinking it in terms of potential contracts for next year. I know we didn't talk about this. It kind of got leaked or rumored that Omax would end up receiving a fully guaranteed contract before the end of the season. I'm a fan of that. He's a two-way guy. I'm a fan of that because I want athletes. I want athletes. Yes, he is Tasmanian devil on a basketball court. But if there's one thing you can do, you can tell him to go touch the padding you reset the shot clock. There's a button on the shot clock. It's like, hey, it needs to be reset. He could go jump up there and reset the shot clock.
Comparing him to Stranger Things, there's chaotic good and there's chaotic evil, and that is Omax in a nutshell. He is both.
Omax is a Demogorgon.
100%. He is going to go out there. He's going to wreck people. He's just as likely to just absolutely mash somebody's head in on a dunk as he is to throw it to Deborah in the fourth row over there enjoying her popcorn. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah. Deborah had a bad night last night. Multiple drinks spilled on the front row.
You got Russ taking a seat next to Deborah over there hanging out while they cleaned it up. That was wild. Yeah. But hey, the Grizzlies lost, and that's all that matters, Drew, as we are tanking for positioning like that right now.
That was Sacramento, who had lost 16 straight games.
I mean, yes, we're doing it right.
Despite having one bona fide Hall of Famer, one borderline Hall of Famer on that team, and playing almost every game. They have that shows you where Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan are at in their careers, is because they found injuries for Harrison Barnes and Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine, but they said, no, LaVine and Westbrook, you're playing.
I mean, Yusuf Nurkic is having a nose surgery. He's getting his deviated septum fixed for the Jazz. And
he can't sleep well.
And DeRozan is still out here hooping.
Nurkic said, I'm having nightmares. And they're like, okay, we're going to get your nose fixed. It's probably a breathing problem.
KCP has a crooked finger, and we fixed that. Like, it ain't even.
I mean, Rip Hamilton played a career in a face mask, and Yusuf Nurkic is going to miss the season for a deviated septum.
I joked the other day, like, Jaren should have just got, like, maybe that's, because he's already back out there hooping since his knee surgery in practice. Maybe he should use this opportunity to get lip filler, his cheek implants for his future fashion modeling career, and then be out the rest of the season.
Listen, the more people, because I've just accepted the fact that we're the street clothes Grizzlies. I'm not going to wish for health. I am going to be glad to see a little bit less effort put into how good you look while sitting in street clothes.
Oh, speaking of that, man. Oh, yeah, like Ty Jerome got sick for a single cough. I forgot who I saw earlier on X. Somebody said how it happened in the locker room. Ty Jerome walked in with some sunglasses with Monex.
Yeah.
And Gigi was like, "Oh, you look sick in those glasses." In the front office was like, "Ty Jerome, sick? You're out."
Yeah.
That cracked me up, man. Shout out Joe Monex. I know you watch the show sometimes, man. We appreciate you, buddy. But yeah, man, like the Grizzlies were out. I just had a moment, Drew. Did you see what happened to Vince Williams Jr. last night?
Yeah.
Oh my God. In a contract year to get bumped by Tari Eason, and then his leg made a C the wrong direction. Like, I'm a physical therapist, I have a doctorate in physical therapy, but it don't take a DPT to look at that leg and go, it ain't supposed to go that way.
I mean, hey, you can take the player out of Memphis, but you can't take the Memphis out of the player.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I feel bad for Vince because he is in a contract year. It was a dirty play by Tari Eason to throw a hip check at him running down the court like that. And like, that's going to be hard. Like, they're talking about a significant ACL and knee injury, because when your ACL goes that violently and your tibia and femoral bones, they move so much. Like, we've seen NFL players have ruptured nerves, blood vessels, and all that. Yeah, Lindsey Vonn almost lost her leg. Like, I'm not wishing that. I'm not saying like that. Like, I haven't heard anything about that. That's what's going to happen. But like, for real, thoughts and prayers out to Vince. As Evan says here, I seriously feel bad for him though. Like, it was a brutal knee injury on an unnecessary play by Tari Eason, and I'm hoping for best case scenario.
Listen, I do feel bad for Vince. It sucks. But if you're just going to purposefully lose, we talk about karma and all this other kind of stuff. It's like, if you're going to find injuries for healthy players so that you'll lose games, you would think that if there are basketball gods, that they would punish the healthy ones, because you keep tarnishing the good reputation of the NBA.
Yeah.
I just hate it happened to Vince.
Yeah, I do too, man. So currently, as constructed, looking at the updated Tankathon draft projections, the Memphis Grizzlies still sit in 8th. We're a full game behind Dallas. We're 2.5 games ahead of Chicago in the 8th best odds for the NBA lottery. Dallas has won their last one, but they're 1-9 in their last 10. We're 3-7 in our last 10. Lost 2 in a row, so we're heading in a very good direction to catch Dallas. Some of the other picks that matter, Phoenix is falling.
We're not dropping.
No.
Like, we're not going to be 9th. Like,
no. A couple of other picks that matter. Orlando is coming up. They are now tied with Miami for the 16th best. And they're going to catch Miami. Miami's won 3 in a row, including one over us. They're 6-4 in their last 10. The Suns, who are now without Book, without Dylan Brooks, are currently sitting in 19th. That needs to fall about 4 more spots for us to get that pick. And with everybody doing these generational tanking, I don't know what's going to happen, but they are currently 2.5 games behind Golden State in that 15 spot, which is when it would trigger it to be our pick again.
What is which is the lottery? I mean, the lottery.
The end of the lottery is 14.
Yeah. How long is Booker out for?
I have not seen an updated timeline. I know Dylan's going to be out for a while.
He's going to be out for the season. Yeah, they said that. The thing about Phoenix is they can go the wrong way. They have been playing way better. They deserve a ton of credit. Their new first-year head coach has been great. Booker's been great. They've been an incredible story in the NBA this year because we expected them to do nothing at all, like worse than nothing. Yeah. They are a Booker injury away, and if they just turn these keys over to Jalen Green, like they are going to aggressively fall down the standings. Like, there's just not anything else there. Booker and Dylan Brooks have been absolutely amazing all year long. There's just, I mean, you're going to be like, all right, Jalen Green, Grayson Allen, like, go at it. Kaman Malawach, like, I mean, Mark Williams, have a good time. But
yeah. And a book on the 21st of February, it said that they're going to reevaluate in a week as he is still dealing with a right hip strain, is all it says. So
this is a good segue. We didn't talk about this, but I saw, and of course I didn't bookmark it, but it was basically a rundown of MVP candidates and how many games they cannot miss more than to be in the MVP race. Who is going to be MVP? Because SGA can only miss like 6. Joker is 1 game away from missing the MVP. Same with Wemby is like a handful of games. And then you put in there the players that are already eliminated. Is I can't remember who. There was one obvious one, but like Giannis. And
so back in October, Luke and I on the Daily Grind did a season preview, and I went with the dark horse candidate that I put money on in October at plus 1,000 odds for right now the 3rd best FanDuel odds for the NBA MVP and on pace to play 76 games, I think, or 74.
Cade
Cunningham.
Yeah. He's probably going to win it. They're the number 1 seed in the East. Again, if Wemby stays healthy and SGA stays healthy and they don't miss any more games, then
it's a moot point for sure.
Yeah, it's a moot point. But I mean, so the Grizzlies, what's the Grizzlies record right now? Just some easy math. We've played
21-35.
Games?
We're 21-35. So we played 56
21
games.
and 35. 56 games. So that means you've got 26 games left. So yeah, they can't miss any game. Like Joker's probably done. Like I don't know that Joker's going to go the rest of the season without playing in playing every single game. But they have got to change this rule. Like this was an overreaction to Joel Embiid, and rightfully so. Like we all hated Joel Embiid when he was getting all NBAs and playing 46 games.
Right.
Like, it was ridiculous. It had to be changed, and the voters wasn't smart enough or bold enough to take him off of their ballots. They've got to change this. There's no way
100%.
Because you're going to end up with guys like Hartenstein being like first team All NBA, and getting maximum money only because there's not enough players.
So right now, the MVP odds over on FanDuel currently sit with SGA minus 145, Nikola Jokic plus 300. Cade is now down to plus 600. Then it goes up to plus 2,500 for Wemby. And then Luka is plus 4,000. Jaylen Brown is plus 5,000. He's another guy who's having a really good season that could benefit from everybody ahead of him not playing and could get into that MVP conversation. Luka as well, though. Like, Luka's having a good year, but he's had better years in the past. Like I said, I'm taking a minor victory lap that here we are in February. And my $5 bet on plus 1,000 odds for Cade Cunningham might turn out to be pretty decent.
Yeah, so what do that get you, like $20?
$50.
$50.
$50. Hey, turn $5 into 50. That's good math.
That's good math. It did take a brain scientist to figure that out, though. I mean, like, listen, Detroit was the top 4 seed in the East last year. They won a playoff series. Should have been in the Eastern Conference Final. They didn't get hosed by a bad call against the Knicks. And then Cade has been absolutely amazing. He feels like one of the 2 greatest American players in the NBA with Ant, and just an absolute shoe-in to be an MVP within the next 3 years.
I mean, absolutely. You got JB as coach. Like, JB should be in the conversation for coach of the year this year, like he was last year. They got Jalen Duren back last night from the suspension, and they just bodied Wemby. They bullied Wemby for 4 quarters last night. Super physical with him, and got a good win over the Spurs last night in Duren's return. Like, this team plays with an edge. They play tough. They're kind of the antithesis of all things Memphis Grizzlies because they play hard, they play aggressive. They played big minutes. Excuse me. No, I'm so sorry. I was wrong. They bullied Wemby, but the Spurs did come back and get a win last night, 114-103 over the Pistons. But Duren had 25 and 14 in his return. Cade had 10 assists last night. Just absolutely, this Pistons is going to be a fun team to watch down the stretch.
Yeah, and I wonder if you've seen a blueprint as to how to get to Wemby. Like, again, I don't know how we made it 3 years, and just now realizing that the guy that's 7'4", unicorn, who has so much time on the ball, like, just being physical and banging him around can make him inefficient. And you've got to hope that when it becomes NBA the NBA playoffs time, that they allow some more physical play to happen, because that's how you knock San Antonio off, because it's very possible they're the best team in the West. I think they will finish with the 1 seed in the West. And you've got to hope that if you are a fan of anybody other than San Antonio, that the referees will allow them to play physical in the playoffs. Yeah.
I mean, last night, Wemby had 21-17. Stephon Castle, who's so good, 16 points, 11 assists, but it was the Devin Vassell game last night. He had 28 points, 7-11 from 3 last night, and the Pistons went 7 of 36 for 19% from 3 last night. That's how you lose a basketball game.
And I agree with Edward in the comments here. Jaylen Brown is a dark horse. I know you mentioned his odds as 6th, 7th best.
He is. 100%.
He should be higher. He will be one of those guys that will be on everybody. Because he is, kind of best player, best team, and they were not expected to be good at all. Joe Mazzulla should win Coach of the Year. Jaylen Brown should get MVP votes.
Yeah, agreed. We talked about that in our preview last week about the future, like looking at futures for each conference. I do think the Boston Celtics are a dark horse in the Eastern Conference because you had to leave because you left earlier. I'm going to have to add you back to every scene as we go. That's why you go on and off. But tonight, there are some big games, including the Celtics traveling to Phoenix, where over on FanDuel, they are a 7-point favorite. The Thunder travel to the Raptors, and because of their injuries, they are a 1-point road underdog. I don't think we've seen that very much, but the long travel, the injuries, they play at Toronto. The Raptors are a 1-point favorite. The big game of the night tonight is the Knicks and the Cavs, an Eastern Conference Finals preview, possibly, depending on how this postseason shakes out. But the Cavs play the Knicks tonight at home.
I wonder if they were able to clean up the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Because, Sunday they had the arena packed early on Sunday morning for a watch party for the gold medal game. And I'm sure the place was just waist deep in tears.
And maple syrup. Guaranteed. You know why? You know why? USA! USA! USA!
Yeah, the Scotiabank Arena was just filled with Canadian tears on Sunday. And so I don't know what kind of the rain, the water spillage plan is. And I'm sure they have a plan. But
they've got to.
They're going to have a lot of mops.
Yeah, and again, it might be sticky in there from all the maple syrup tears that came out, but it doesn't matter. USA was victorious. And then in a game that directly impacts the Memphis.
I think I'm going to root for OKC tonight.
Canada stays losing. They lost the World Series, the Stanley Cup, the gold medal game. They're going to lose to the Thunder tonight. There it is.
Everything
gets it figured out. Yeah, that's it. Get it figured out just right. There you go. But in a game that directly impacts the Grizzlies, the Magic traveled to the Lakers, where they are a 5-point road underdog to the Lakers. I won't say this very often, but hopefully the Lakers get a win tonight over the Magic to continue to help the Grizz in their draft odds.
Yeah, that's easy. I mean, you've just got to you've got to plug your nose and root for the team that helps you out the most.
That's it. That's it. And then tonight, Drew, right before we take our commercial break, we do need to touch on a big night in college basketball tonight. Over on FanDuel, you can place some wagers on some of the games where future Grizz could be playing tonight. Cam Boozer, who the more I watch him, the more I like him. And just imagine him and Zach Edey getting every single rebound in a night just does my soul so much good. Duke is a 17.5-point favorite at Notre Dame. Tennessee. Go ahead.
Hold on. About Boozer. I think I'm slowing down on Boozer a little bit.
Why?
He just doesn't look very athletic. Again, my talking points here is like I want somebody that's going to put their elbow in the rim, finish lobs. He just seems a little slow-footed.
Are we watching the same player?
He's like Mr. Fundamental, okay? Like he's just like
Tim Duncan, who I hate more than anybody not named Chris Paul,
agree,
made a long
Tim
career.
Duncan was 7'1", and he played in the late 90s and early 2000s. Like I don't know. I think, and it's probably a function of my growing adoration of AJ DeBansta, if I'm just putting all my cards on the table. But
Lord,
I just
my flabbers are gasted because I'm watching.
I don't want another guy that could just that lays it up under the goal. I want somebody off both feet just rise up and stick their elbow in the goal.
I mean, that's AJ DeBansta, who we'll get to in a minute, and he's still the dude that I would like to draft.
6'8", 4 he's going to be a wing. That's what he profiles to be with his size, with his height, is like a wing. But he's playing posted, Duke. He's
the new. You might be like the only person that thinks that he's 6'9", 250, averaging 24.8 points, 10.9 boards per game, 4.4 assists.
You can read the stats. It's great.
He's the new #1 overall player on the big board on both ESPN and Tankathon.
Yeah, I don't care about any of those. But
hell.
I've been a broken record. If we're going to play fast, I don't care to prioritize the guy that has really cool post moves. He seems like a really, really good Derek Queen type of player, which is you can do anything, but I want just the soaring dude. He's a wide wing.
Lord have mercy, guys! This is what a wild day! What a wild day! My flabbers are gasping. Have you watched him? Have you watched him play a full game?
I've watched parts of mini games, but no, not a full game. If that's how you're going.
Tonight at 6:00, watch Duke and Notre Dame. Cam Boozer is athletic. He's way quicker than Derek Queen, as Edward says here. He can beat guys off the dribble. Just because he can't jump out the gym and dunk doesn't mean he's not an athletic player that's going to create shots, get to the rim, score in space. Drew, you've been wrong often, but this is a weird thing to be wrong about.
I'm really wrong.
This is a weird thing to be wrong about.
This is a stream of consciousness. I watched the Michigan game. He wasn't great.
But Michigan, look at the best defensive team in the country. They threw everything they had at him.
I'm just telling you that I have always I've beat the drum for getting the most athletic, freakish guy that we can have, and he's not that.
My God. Like Cam Boozer is going to be an all-pro and all NBA
I'm also
player.
sick of the everybody beats me over the head just like you did. Analytically, he's the best, and I'm like, okay.
I'm not talking about analytically. I'm talking about use your eyeballs. I asked if you've watched him.
You read the one page of all of his stats, and we sat and listened.
I literally talked about points, rebounds, and assists, and then I said, "Have you watched him be athletic?" Yeah. I said he beats guys off the dribble. He creates space for his own shot. He can take on big post players. He can beat guards. Like. He's a all-around offensive weapon who, yeah, he's not as flashy as AJ DeBansta, but like sometimes those flashy, uber athletic guys are a flash in the pan. I'm not saying that's who AJ DeBansta is because I still would take AJ DeBansta first overall, but I think Boozer is going to be, there's nothing like, it doesn't have to be Zach Randolph's game was not sexy and he was all NBA and put people in a blender.
You making that point basically makes my point for me, though.
No, it doesn't. You're saying that like he's
don't compare him to Zach Randolph, or that makes my point.
This is what I said that Zach Randolph played a different style. I didn't say the Boozer plays the same way because
under the rim, like that's just.
Oh my god! Oh my lord! Like my flappers are gasted. So anyway,
it's a working theory. I'm gonna keep watching. We've still got a long way to go. That's a take right now.
That's a take. Now the Darren Peterson stuff I can understand because that dude is a head case.
No, he was not good last night, but he played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, and that's why his case, I've seen people trying to justify Jay Billis and other people trying to justify what Darren Peterson's doing, and the fact that he was able to play 30 minutes last night actually makes it harder for you to justify that he's hurt, he's nursing it, he's doing this because it's like he played 30 minutes. He played 32 on Saturday. Like, if he can play those kind of minutes, why are you taking yourself out? Like, I'm not arguing the talent. Hang on. Don't interrupt me. Let me finish. I'm not arguing the talent.
Good grief.
I'm arguing the head case that Darren Peterson is. I'm arguing that, I don't want that kind of drama. I've got Ja PTSD. Words and people trying to justify it as what we did with Ja for 2 seasons, and forgive me for just not wanting to do it again.
Yeah, he has had a PR push. He made public comments that said no, I'm not a quitter. I've never been a quitter. That's not what I'm doing. I play hard. If I could play, I would play. That's why you're getting the public appeal or the public perception starting to make an effort to turn on him and try to give him a second chance. But yeah, as Grizzlies fans, I'm just out.
Yeah. And how did that get up there? I'm so sorry. But as Grizzlies fans, we've heard that before, right? We're justifying somebody through words. If from here, if Darren Peterson averages 28, 30 minutes a night from here through the end of their tournament run, all this is forgotten. If he just goes out and plays, maybe he was really hurt. But just the back and forth of it all, it's hitting a little too close to home for me.
Yeah, I don't blame any Grizzlies fan for being just totally turned off by the antics of Darren Peterson.
Yeah. And then tonight you got Missouri at Tennessee at Missouri, 3.5-point favorite. Vols are Nate Ament, who's a guy that had been linked to the Grizzlies around that 8-9 pick. And then tonight, the big one, UCF at BYU. It's at 10 p.m. for you Night Owls. BYU is a 12.5-point favorite on FanDuel. You could go watch in my opinion, I believe Drew's as well, the best player, the best prospect with the most upside, who I'm taking first overall if the Grizzlies are blessed by the basketball guys, AJ DeBansta, who is an athletic freak. And then my favorite thing about him, was in a post-game presser last week. He said, if they ask me to play 40 minutes, I'm going to play 40 minutes. I'm give me that dude all day.
He's just a junkie, man. That's what you want. We've spent so much time talking about just wanting guys with alpha mindsets, with basketball mindsets, loves basketball, which sounds so elementary, but we have to ask the question. It's in the interview process, it was I shouldn't have to ask you this, but for instance, one of the questions we ask potential linemen when we're interviewing in the process, we asked them if they are afraid of the dark, and we prefaced it with I know this is a stupid question, but we've run into this one time in which we had a lineman that was scared of the dark and was really weird. It was so we have to ask you, and that's what the Grizzlies are doing right now. It's I shouldn't have to ask you this, but are you kind of driven to play basketball at high level a lot?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, then just ignore it. I know it's a stupid question, but
yeah. No, I mean, it's a thing. Carter standing for Otega Owe from Kentucky. when I watch Kentucky, I like Quaintance, their big center. Like, he's getting some momentum, playing better, coming back from injury. I have to keep an eye on him. I'll be honest, I haven't watched him a ton. I've watched more of Quaintance because Quaintance is kind of going in that range where that Magic pick's going to fall. But I'll definitely keep an eye on him. And Jared says what we're all thinking. Shout out to the Jones brothers who are going to listen to this back. Keep Ament away just so we don't get those nutty Tennessee fans.
Oh, I can't wait for the Grizzlies to pick 8th, and then they take some white dude from Indiana Southwest.
They're going to get Bennett Sturts at 8.
Knoxville, Tennessee is just going to go meltdown.
Well,
why do you never cater to the state of Tennessee?
If history repeats itself and Bennett Sturts goes crazy and eliminates the Vols, Sturts, you are a Grizzly.
He's good, too.
He's good. Well, hey, stick with us after this brief commercial break. We went long on basketball today, but we're going to talk some NFL mock draft big boards, and the Atlanta Braves are now taking their games to their own website. So stick with us after this brief commercial break, and we'll talk about all that and more.
In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem.
Penny shouldn't be excused from this season. This year, I think he's fallen back into issues of the past where I don't think he's done a great job with his rotations, with his lineups, mixing and matching players. I don't think Penny should be excused from this year. I've said that many times, but I've also said many times, these players are just not that good. You have to put onus on the players themselves to listen to the coaching, to execute the coaching. Yeah. It's been game in, game out. The same mistakes from the players. At some point, it's not on Penny, that's not on the staff, that's on the players.
As much as people want to, because it is Penny Hardaway, shift the blame to everybody else. A lack of NIL, a lack of this, the NCAA is trying to get after us. The city of the fans aren't fanning enough, like whatever it may be. Penny Hardaway is still the head coach of this team, and the buck stops with him. Tune in to Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta, live after every Memphis Tiger basketball game on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles.
Welcome back to the Two Buck Sports Show, Tuesday edition of the show. Tuesday with the 2 bucks, and we're brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. If you want to help us out, first you can like the stream here, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and shop with our sponsors. That would help us out the most. So
speaking of our sponsors, Drew, I just got the good news and the graphic for us to put up here that we are cheering the tank on Friday night, 7:30 tip against the Dallas Mavericks. No, it's the New Orleans Pelicans on Friday night, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's right. The Memphis Grizzlies play Friday night regardless. I'm going to have to look and see now. That's bothering me. But the Memphis Grizzlies play Friday night, and anytime the Grizzlies are losing, anytime we are down. Oh, it is Dallas. I had that backwards. It is Dallas at 7:30. Anytime the Grizzlies are losing to the Mavericks, which could happen, it is $3 beers anytime the Grizz are losing. The Grizzlies go up. They're back at regular price, but come cheer on the tank with us Friday night against the Mavericks as we tanking down the 901 and $3 beers when the Grizzlies are losing. I couldn't think of a better deal and a better way to hate watch the Grizzlies than with some cold Grind City Brewing beers at $3 a pop.
That's pretty creative. Although if it's a close game, it's going to be very confusing for the bartenders to decide when they're 6 and when they're 3, or however much they're originally priced.
Yeah, like I wonder, they're going to have somebody standing in line and be like, all right, it ends here. Like these three people were in line when they're $3. After that, they're back to $6. I don't know how they're going to police that, but either way,
it's got to be in real time. Like you get in line when you get in line, and you hope that they're losing. That's too complicated.
That. It's almost like lottery odds. Like you just kind of hope that the lottery balls fall your way.
Yeah, or don't in this in this instance.
Yeah, exactly. So back, appreciate you, Carter 901. He's got to go back to work. Appreciate you hopping in, man. As always, if you are in the comments, let us know. Is Cam Boozer not athletic enough to play in the NBA? As my co-host just said.
Not what I said.
I got to put words in your mouth, man.
Yeah,
we're up for shock takes here. And so let us know in the comments.
He's a 6'9" center, I'm iffy.
He's not a center. That dude is a 6'9" wing. Absolutely. Anyway, but speaking of drafts, Drew, Mel Kiper released his big board on ESPN, the updated big board. And I kind of am shocked a little bit about some of the movement on it. Mel Kiper announced his big board earlier today. And no shock here. Nothing changed in the first couple of picks. You got Fernando Mendoza still going first overall to the Raiders. Second overall is Caleb Downs from Ohio State to the Jets. That kid's going to be a every down player.
We're going to trade him like 3 years.
And he's going to go somewhere else and be an all-pro there. Like he'll end up in Seattle and be an all-pro for the Seahawks because that's just what Seattle does. Third is David Bailey, the outside linebacker from Texas Tech. Great pick. He can play rushing, outside linebacker. Great pick. He now has the Tennessee Titans, and I don't necessarily hate this, but he hasn't taken Arvil Reese, the linebacker from Ohio State. His instincts and burst all over the tape, still ranking him as a linebacker, and he could help Tennessee here, but Robert Saleh may very well move him to the edge where he played the majority of his time in 2025. That is different from the last one that had Ruben Bain going there, who is still the number 1 overall defensive end in the positional rankings by Mel Kiper. But he now has him as the 9th or 10th best player on his big board and going 10th overall to the Cincinnati Bengals. I wonder, I'm reading his big board. I'm reading his analysis of him. Nothing's changed. But for a player to fall 6 spots like that, it's just an interesting move, especially this far out from the draft. What are your thoughts, Drew?
I mean, I'm pretty biased on it. I was looking to see if there's any other people of note in the first round, and not really. It's pretty shocking, I guess, but this is all conjecture anyways. And the best teams pretty much keep their opinions under lock and key. And so you're looking at what do I think? Mel Kiper's looking at it, and he's got some sources and some scouts and stuff like that. But so what positional need is there, and kind of how do I have them ranked? And in the weeks following the national championship run that Miami just went on, maybe he's kind of flushed that and just went back and looking at all the tape from everybody, and maybe his opinions changed. I don't think that there's a better defensive end in the country than Ruben Bain. Not a chance. But, you just look at that, and then you look at where the draft is set and who needs a defensive end. I am of the opinion that, and you follow the money on this in the NFL as well, but if you've got a top 3 pick like Tennessee does, and your team sucks like it does, you go get a quarterback or a defensive end or an offensive tackle. And if you've got the opportunity to take the best defensive end in the country, in my opinion, you take Ruben Bain.
Yeah, and like the one knock against him is he has short arms, but if you watch just a few minutes of his tape, that dude is a bull in a China shop.
Yeah,
and like he's so strong, he's so physical that even if he gets inside of an offensive lineman's arms, he's strong enough to overcome that. We saw that time and time again this year.
Shoot, I just blanked on his name. Aaron Donald. Didn't he have short arms?
He had short arms. Yeah, he was another one. That was his knock, was that he wasn't big enough.
MVP. Yeah.
Yeah. If Ruben Bain is the next Aaron Donald, I think that you could take a risk on somebody with small arms. Absolutely.
I could see
absolutely.
That dude was an animal.
Absolutely. But Mel Kiper has 4 Ohio State players going in the first 7 picks, which is a bit interesting.
Sounds right.
The first wide receiver is Mekhi Lemon from USC, not Jordan Tyson from Arizona, like a lot of people thought. I mean, Lemon's a great player. They have him going to
New Orleans.
To New Orleans, 8th overall. Your first SEC player is not until Georgia. CJ Allen at 15 going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No, sorry. I missed Mansour Delane, the cornerback from LSU, going to the Cowboys at 12th overall. The only other one that's interesting is they have the Chiefs taking a running back at 9th overall. It's been a long time since we've seen running backs going super, super high. And Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame fits the bill of a guy who might be worth taking a top 10 flyer on if you're the Chiefs.
Yeah, you just very rarely see that anymore, but it seems like if there's every other year, typically there's that stud running back. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll take Ezekiel Elliott. Okay, let's not be crazy. Okay, yes, I'm going to take Ashton Genty. Like, he's probably the best player in the draft, but we're getting him at 9 or 10 because he's a running back, and everybody thinks that running backs don't age well, and they don't.
And they don't.
But what the key is, and it kind of cuts both ways with running backs. It's like you can find a really good running back in the 5th round, a running back that can play as a rookie in the 5th round. But also, if you can get like an Ezekiel Elliott or an Ashton Genty or a Jeremiah Love in the top 10 and they pan out and hit their expectations, you are getting them before they make a ton of money. And then if you do the smart thing, you let them walk. That's where the smart GMs do. It's not necessarily that you it's not necessarily that you should like not draft running backs in the top 5. It's like you can't pay them $25 to $30 million a year. That's what you can't do.
Which is why you're seeing Kenneth Walker likely hitting free agency this summer after winning a Super Bowl MVP, because they're just not going to pay for that
kind of like a running back. Does it right.
And they do. But listen, if he landed in Nashville, I would not be upset. But there are two
$25 million a year.
Now that I don't want to do. No, that's very true. But if he landed there on the deal,
yeah. Some team's going to pay him a lot of overpay him.
Yeah, 100%. 2 quarterbacks being taken in the first round: Fernando Mendoza, 1st overall; Ty Simpson at the 21st pick to the Steelers, which I thought was interesting. And then 2 running backs off the board in the first round, according to Mel Kiper. The second one also being from Notre Dame in Price, going to the Texans at 28th overall, which is more of a reasonable place to draft a running back, in my opinion.
I'm interested in what the quarterbacks look like. This is not a good quarterback class. But even when there's not a good quarterback class, a quarterback's going to be taken number 1 because the team that's picking first needs a quarterback every time.
Positional rankings: the first quarterback, Fernando Mendoza; Ty Simpson, number 2; Drew Aller, number 3; Nuss at 4; Carson Beck; Cole Payton from North Dakota State; Klubnik, Taylor Green, Luke Altmaier, and Sawyer Robertson, former Mississippi State Bulldog, are your top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah, so the thing you should watch out for that, and as an Ole Miss fan, I'm kind of keeping it on my radar because, yes, Trinidad Chambliss got a year to play, and all signs showed to him coming back to Ole Miss next year. If he was a quarterback that could shoot up the draft boards, and there's a third team that needs a quarterback, and there are way more than 3 teams that need quarterbacks,
for sure,
and they're willing to take a risk, I wonder who could jump up the draft boards. And I feel like that's where a Trinidad Chambliss could come in, because you just told me the 3rd ranked, according to Mel Kiper, quarterback was Drew Aller, and I couldn't be more out.
Yeah.
Luke Altmaier in your top 10. I'm just that's a whole bunch of garbage quarterbacks. It's a bad class.
Bad class. Yeah. But that's Mel Kiper's big board and his updated positional rankings. Drew, before we get out of here, you brought up a topic about the Atlanta Braves. I'll let you cue it up and talk about them moving their games.
Yeah, so this is something that we've been watching for a long time. FanDuel Sports Network, who bought the company, I guess, from Beale, who got it from Fox Sports, and it's just kind of been this rotating owner of this debt and this thing that just doesn't work and doesn't make money. It's a black hole financially for all these companies that get involved with the regional sports network, the RSNs. And we've kind of speculated a lot that what the next thing could look like. I know we talked about Amazon Prime basically bought the debt or became some beneficiary of a business deal that I wouldn't begin to understand. And so we speculated it's like maybe it could go to Prime the way that NBA Sunday Ticket does. Like you can buy those little add-on packages on Prime, you know. And the Grizzlies could end up with something like that. What Atlanta did, and this is applicable directly to the Memphis Grizzlies because they are also on the FanDuel Southeast package. So if you are in the Memphis area and you subscribe to FanDuel, you also get the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals and Nashville Predators. Okay. The Atlanta Braves are separating themselves from FanDuel Sports Network and putting them on their own website / I'm sure there's going to be a TV app, you know, smart TV app.
Braves Vision is what it's called.
Braves Vision is what it's called. And we speculated that this could be a potential move for the Grizzlies as well, as Grind City Media has all of the in-house media for the Memphis Grizzlies, the contract with the Memphis Grizzlies, and they do broadcast like summer league games and preseason games on Grind City Media. This is the first time in a direct parallel that I can see in which somebody that uses FanDuel Sports Network in our market makes the pivot to an online only option through the organization. And so it's something that as Memphis Grizzlies fans, you could absolutely watch for. It's like maybe they move off of FanDuel Sports Network and onto Grind City Media.
It could happen. This could be, I think a lot of people are going to be watching to see how successful, how well used, how smooth is it something that's capable of being ran by the organization. A lot of eyes are going to be on the Braves as they're making this move, and I'm interested to see how it goes.
And the most important part about this for the Atlanta Braves and Major League Baseball, if you go this way, on the website it says no blackouts, which kills viewership for the Atlanta Braves, for like Major League Baseball teams.
Yeah.
There's no reason why somebody in North Mississippi should not be able to watch nationally televised games, but home games for the Atlanta Braves or the St. Louis Cardinals. It is absolutely asinine.
Yeah. And obviously you're going to have to pay for the streaming service. There will be a cost associated with it, but the Braves did say that a select number of games will be available without charge on Gray Media's network of TV stations in Atlanta and across the Southeast, similar to what the Grizzlies did with Action News 5 being on there. That some of them will be free on local channels.
Over the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like over the air.
Those will be announced closer to the season start per the Atlanta Braves release.
It's interesting.
But, yeah.
I think that's what the Grizzlies should do, probably. It's just kind of the way things are going, and they're kind of uniquely set up with their own in-house media company to do that. So I'm the constant change every year of something different, trying to figure out. FanDuel Sports Network is infinitely better than Bally. I would have paid $1,000 a month to watch the Grizzlies on anything other than Bally Sports Network back in the day. But I feel like this is just the way things are going.
Agree. That's the direction it's heading. But speaking of direction you're heading, that's going to do it for the $2 Sports Show today on this Tuesday, chilly day here in February. But appreciate y'all hanging out with us. If y'all are still here, give us a thumbs up on the way out the door. It helps us more than you know. Doesn't sign you up for anything, even if you subscribe and turn notifications on. All you're going to get is notified when our great family of shows goes live. No ads, no spam, no nothing like that. Just good, clean, somewhat fun throughout the airwaves every single day, Monday through Friday. Anthony Sain's going live at 1:00. We got a litany of other pre-recorded shows coming out this week. Y'all make sure you check him out. Thanks for hanging out with us. Y'all go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend. And Drew, tell them why there are no refunds.
That's right, because with the $2, you always get what you pay for. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Go eat some tacos today. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.